In the dawn of civilization, power was not measured by peace but by conquest. The world was a battlefield of ambition, where kings were gods and empires rose from the ashes of others. The clash of swords, the thunder of hooves, and smoke of burning cities became the heartbeat of history. Some fought for faith, others for gold, but these 15 empires fought to rule the world. Their stories aren't written in ink, they're written in blood. 15. The Carthaginian Empire. Across the Mediterranean, Carthage ruled not by land but by sea. Their ships were swift, their merchants rich, and their influence stretched from Spain to North Africa. But their greatest weapon was a man, Hannibal Barca. When Rome threatened, Hannibal crossed the Alps with elephants, defying nature and logic. His ambushes at Trebia, Trasimene, and Cannae crushed Roman legions with brilliance that stunned the world. For over a decade, he ravaged Italy itself, undefeated in open battle. Yet even genius could not outlast Rome's endurance. When the Punic Wars ended, Carthage was burned to ash, its soil salted so nothing would grow again. But legends do not die in fire. Hannibal's name became eternal, a whisper of vengeance that haunted Rome forever. 14. The Kingdom of Kush. In the heart of Africa, beyond the Nile's first cataract, a proud civilization rose, the Kingdom of Kush. Born in Nubia's golden sands, their warriors fought with precision and fury. At their height, they marched north and conquered Egypt itself, crowning their kings as the Black Pharaohs of the 25th dynasty. For nearly a century, Nubian rule blended with Egyptian tradition, restoring temples, reviving art, and commanding the Nile. But when Assyria's iron armies came, the Kushite pharaohs withdrew southward, carrying Egypt's soul with them. Their kingdom endured long after Egypt fell, a reminder that Africa's empires too once ruled the world. 13. The Xiongnu Confederation. From the endless steppes of Central Asia, a storm was born. The Xiongnu were not builders of cities, they were destroyers of them. Masters of the horse, they ruled through speed and terror. Their riders moved like ghosts, striking from nowhere and vanishing into the wind. The Chinese built the Great Wall to stop them, but walls cannot cage the storm. For centuries, they raided, conquered, and defied mighty dynasties. They were the blueprint for every nomadic empire to come. The Huns, the Mongols, all followed their shadow. The Xiongnu proved that the world's greatest empire can be won without borders, carried on the back of a horse. 12. The Parthian Empire. To Rome, they were a phantom. Impossible to conquer, impossible to forget. The Parthians ruled Persia with the precision of archers and the patience of time. Their cavalry perfected the art of retreat and death. The Parthian shot, losing arrows backward while galloping away. It humiliated Rome's might at Carrhae, where legions vanished in the desert sands. For nearly 5 centuries, they stood as Persia's guardians, bridging east and west. Their wars with Rome were endless, their resilience unbreakable. The Parthians proved that victory isn't always about conquest, it's about survival. 11. The Hittite Empire. Before Greece, before Rome, there were the Hittites, the iron-willed rulers of Anatolia. They wielded chariots like thunder and swords of early iron when the rest of the world still fought with bronze. Their clash with Egypt at Kadesh remains one of the greatest battles ever fought. Tens of thousands of men and chariots, no victor, only exhaustion. Yet from that blood came the world's first peace treaty. For centuries, they ruled a land of might and mystery until their empire vanished almost overnight, swallowed by history's silence. But every ruined tablet, every buried fortress still hums with the memory of their power. If you've made it this far, you're clearly one of us, the ones drawn to history's madness, glory, and forgotten empires. So before we journey deeper, hit that subscribe button, join the Creece Stories tribe, and let's keep exploring the world's buried power together. 10. The Maurya Empire. In India, a young strategist named Chandragupta Maurya rose from nothing to unite the subcontinent. His armies swept across kingdoms like wildfire, but it was his grandson, Ashoka the Great, who carved his name into eternity. The Battle of Kalinga was his masterpiece and his curse. Over 100,000 dead, rivers red with sorrow. Ashoka, haunted by the horror he created, turned from conquest to compassion. He renounced violence, embraced Buddhism, and spread peace where he once brought ruin. The Maurya Empire stood as proof that even the greatest conqueror can find redemption. 9. The Seleucid Empire. After Alexander's death, his empire shattered, and from its pieces rose the Seleucid Empire. They ruled from Anatolia to India, inheriting both his ambition and his chaos. Their kings fought endless wars to hold territories too vast, too diverse to govern. Yet, despite the blood and rebellion, they achieved what few did, blending Greek and Eastern worlds. They built cities where philosophers and warriors walked the same streets. Their rule was a fragile dream, held together by courage and cunning, until time and Rome swallowed them whole. The Seleucids may have fallen, but their fusion of cultures shaped the world that followed. Number 8. The Neo-Babylonian Empire. When Babylon rose again under Nebuchadnezzar II, the ancient world held its breath. The hanging gardens touched the sky, and the city gleamed like gold beneath the sun. But beneath the beauty lay fire. Nebuchadnezzar's armies crushed Jerusalem, enslaved its people, and humiliated Egypt. His empire was short-lived but glorious, a kingdom of dreams and conquest. Babylon became both legend and warning. Even the brightest empires cast the darkest shadows. 7. The Sasanian Empire. The Sasanian Persians were warriors, philosophers, and architects of power. Their armies, clad in steel from head to hoof, were unmatched. For 4 centuries, they fought Rome and Byzantium, empires clashing like titans. Under Khosrow I, they conquered vast lands, building cities of marble and fire temples that reached the heavens. Their rivalry with Rome was so fierce that when both fell to time, historians called it divine symmetry. The Sasanians proved that Persia's soul was eternal. One empire's fall was only another's beginning. Number 6. The Han Dynasty. After the chaos of Qin, the Han Dynasty brought order with strength and brilliance. Under Emperor Wu, their armies marched beyond China's borders, crushing the nomadic Xiongnu and extending power deep into Central Asia. The Silk Road was born under their rule, turning China into the heart of the ancient world's economy. But their victories were not only of war, they conquered minds through science, art, and culture. The Han proved that the sharpest weapon of all is stability. Number 5. The Qin Dynasty. Qin Shi Huang was not a king. He was a force of nature. Obsessed with immortality, he sought to unify the fractured warring states into one empire, and he did through blood and fire. His armies were relentless, crushing rivals until only Qin remained. He created one law, one language, one empire. But his paranoia was legendary. He buried scholars alive, burned books, and built the Great Wall to keep out the ghosts of his enemies. He died seeking the elixir of life, yet the empire he forged became immortal. Qin's dynasty lasted only 15 years, but its foundation shaped China for 2,000. 4. The Achaemenid Persian Empire. They called it the Empire of the World, and for a time, it was. Founded by Cyrus the Great, built by Darius I, the Achaemenid Empire stretched from the Aegean to the Indus. Their armies were vast, organized, and unstoppable. They respected the gods of their enemies, ruled with justice, and crushed rebellion with precision. Yet, when they faced Greece, their ambition met resistance, and when Alexander came, Persia's golden throne fell to his storm. But no empire before them had ruled so many lands, tongues, and hearts. Persia didn't just conquer, they civilized conquest itself. 3. The Roman Empire. Rome was the machine that devoured the world. Built on discipline, its legions could march for days, build fortresses overnight, and fight until no breath remained. They conquered Gaul, Britain, Egypt, and everything between. Their genius was not in numbers, but in precision. Every soldier a cog in an unstoppable war engine. Under Trajan, Rome reached its greatest size, ruling over a quarter of humanity. But what they built in stone and iron, time broke in silence. Still, 2,000 years later, every empire dreams of being Rome. Number 2. The Empire of Alexander the Great. No empire rose faster or burned brighter. Alexander's conquests reshaped the world in less than a decade. His armies crushed Persia, took Egypt, and reached India, spreading Greek culture to the ends of the earth. But what made Alexander terrifying wasn't his army. It was his vision. He fought like a god, led like a brother, and conquered like destiny itself. When he died at 32, his empire fragmented, but his legend never did. Even now, the world still calls him great, not because of what he took, but because of what he dared. 1. The Neo-Assyrian Empire. The Assyrians were not kings, they were executioners of nations. From 900 to 609 BCE, their armies swept through the Near East like divine wrath. They perfected siege warfare, used iron weapons before their rivals, and ruled through fear. Entire cities were deported, kings skinned alive, rebels impaled by the thousands. They built roads for their armies, fortresses for their slaves, and monuments to their cruelty. Yet their brutality worked. They created the largest empire the world had ever seen. But fear breeds rebellion, and rebellion breeds ruin. When Nineveh fell, the flames that once consumed others consumed them. The first true empire of war died screaming, but its legacy of conquest and terror still haunts history itself. Empires rise, empires fall, and in the silence that follows, only one truth remains. Power is never owned, only borrowed. And when history comes to collect, even gods must kneel.